I had one or two Hausa boyfriends. They are too fine. They take dress code very, very seriously. The men over there are easily aroused. Yeah, too much. See any part of your body, they would want to do what men know how to do best. There are Sharia laws. For alcohol is even prohibited in the north. It's not something that you drink openly. Over there in the north, we are not so comfortable. There are just conflicts of cultures, conflict of identity, conflict of religion as well. Sana undibo na ndugu ana batacha ndibo ofuma. Ai batazie ani Igbo. Ebe ndugu ana se ka ijebe kwa bayin ka ijebe bayin. Ndibo ana zikwa afu anyi ka ya. In fact, they see us as if we are incomplete. At the point, I just wanted to identify with the Hausas. And at the point, since these Hausa people are not appreciating me, they are not welcoming me, let me identify with the Igbo clan.
Anachukwa nwanyị na university nweje ka nke afọ esokwu.
Mba na aga na-eme na nwoke bụ nwoke, nwanyị bụkwa nwanyị. They have it inside, the libido, the urge to go after women. It's just natural. I will be honest. Nwoke ugwu Hausa na-achụ nwanyị go. As in, ihe na-eke too much. And I think that's why that's why they actually cover up well. Thinking of it now, I think that's part of the reason why they cover up well. Because the men over there are easily, aroused. Things, seeing your laugh, in fact, seeing any part of your body, they would want to do what men know how to do best. But there is some sort of control now, just like I told you earlier. People are evolving. People are beginning to question so many things. So, funny experience change. Back then in school, of course, adolescents would be adolescents. I got you wine. But there is moderacy. Overall, this Southeast where virtually most of the students cohabit, that was new to me. It was when I got here, I learned that people cohabit. That's how I grew up. I was surprised when I learned girls live with, there it doesn't happen. We don't get to see those things. And the few ones that do it, by the time they look you the eye, they look people, they would stop it. In the north, things are quite calmer. There are Sharia laws. First of all, alcohol is even prohibited in the north. It's not something that you drink openly. It's not something that you boast. And dress code, they take dress code very, very seriously. The northern parts, they cover their body. So they want that. They take dress code very seriously. But then it was even a normal thing to me. It was my life. I grew up like that all through my life. I didn't know I didn't know they wear skimpy things because except maybe for movies that I see them. But na katina there, it was my way of life. In fact, I wear hijab, of course. There are some of my rules. But that aside, I think at the time I was wearing hijab to school. I make sure that when I wear long trousers, I wear big shirts. And in school, I'm coming for social night. Yes.
Badminton night.
Cha. I had that cultural question when I left the north. I was opportune to serve at Cross River, Calabar. But there, things are just vague. People do things literally. Nobody, things liberal because when your orientation, alcohol, beer. And when I see those things, subconsciously, I'm surprised. Like, I'll be like, are you not ashamed? Why are you doing this? So it made me, I really didn't vibe with people. So it's just everywhere. So these parts of Nigeria. Yeah. Corruption there, but too much.
Aisha, onwe possibility na ika anu onye Hausa and enwelo ndị Igbo nnọkwa side anya na anụkwa ndị ugwu. Enwe any difference? Enwe ihe ndị ụmụ nwoke ndị Hausa as nwa agbọghọ ibute onugwu Hausa. Enwe ihe ụmụ nwoke ụmụ ikorobịa ha na-eme dị mma karịa nke ndị Igbo na-eme ka onwe nke ndị Igbo na-eme ka mma karịa nke ha na-eme as a young girl chọọ ịnụ di.
To be honest, na pieces, like they are too handsome. Ah, God. This thing when you see a guy and then as a woman you have goosebumps. That's how we do it. That's how the northern guys are. They are too fine because they are mixture of Hausa and Fulani actually. So, and Fulanis, they look like Indians. They look like all those Asian people. So, Ndugwu na mama. I personally, I had one or two Hausa boyfriends. Imagoni home just normal boyfriends, boyfriend and Sarah. If my parents were open, because right from I know my father used to sing it as an anthem that he doesn't want any of his children to do anything with an Hausa person. So subconsciously it registered in my head. I never thought about it. I didn't, because of course my parents would never bless such union. And speaking of it now, I feel it is not just fair, because they are humans. An Igbo woman, kadie no onye ocha, kadie no onye China, ka nwe ya no onye ocha, ka nwe ya no onye China, ka nwe ya no onye India. But onwe ya si no onye ugwu ka ọ chọrọ ịnụ. She would be like, God forbid, you will not do this, or you not do. And at the end of the day, it is not should I say tribe? Because when you get to know someone one-on-one, it is now beyond tribe. It is individualistic.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see that this person is even a nice person. He's lovable. He's caring, because he's a human being. The only crime is that he's an Hausa person. And Igbo people everywhere, I think they're not just welcoming of the Hausa people. Far like Rondu, cha. They would irk. They would be like, banaka or mami. So that was one thing that made me not to even look at that side, that aspect. But I had cool friends that were lovely. And the men, they respect their women. Hausa men respect their women. But that's a two-way thing, because they are, when they gabo, if I respect women, if I get respect, if I to the core. When they gabo, if I disrespect, they will disrespect to the core. So I think there is the love there, or the situation is more stratified by, class. The elites tend to treat their women well, shower their women with love. If you find an Hausa elite, it'd be like say you don't find Maga, because he would give you everything you want. He would care for you with everything he has.
Let's help you create some magic. Let's help you capture your best moments. Let's help you relive your memories. Book us now at Yarn Content Factory. Let's give your events and video production the perfect touch. Kedu ihe nwekwu maka cost of living? As onye no-go side, kedu ihe nwekwu maka cost of living? The both regions.
Odogwu do very, very honest. I think that's one thing I'll give to them. They don't cheat. Odogwu believe they want to get everything. Oburuna anoreba, like it's just here now, and then they pour money, or whatever it is that they pour that people need. And now I'm being sincere now. And now someone will come and pick what would be enough for him. He will go, believing that others need. But an Igbo person, bugo duzo jeje chokot las. Bubu siako onye obana no there. Okochara everything. That's how bad the Igbos are, yes. But the Hausa man, they are honest. They want everybody to live well. Things are quite cheap in the north. Till today, I think I've left north for say 3 to 4 years. I still buy every of my thing there in the north. From my tomato, my everything. I send money, I buy, and they weigh bill to me. Even after doing all of that, I think it is still cheaper when I weigh them here. But here, ndị Igbo, hi Chineke. Abụkwa onye Igbo mana m ga-ekwu eziokwu. Ndị Igbo afụchara onwe fa n'anya nke ụnanwa. Because ọ bụ na ifuru onwe gị n'anya, you will be selfless. You won't be selfish. You will think of your neighbor. But then, an average Igbo person is selfish. All he thinks of is himself. He doesn't even want to think of his neighbor or another person. We have palm kernel, palm fruits. Those things are here. It's not as if they import them. But they are so expensive. A pint of gari now is over 4,000 naira. And these things are here. It's not as if you import them. They are here. when you go to the the northern region now, for a while, they've been, terrorized with the whole insurgency, what have you, banditry. So it doesn't even avail farmers to go to the farm. Or just few farmers go to the farm. Even the ones that go to the farm, they end up, vandalizing their crops and everything. But even after they harvest it, they still sell at a cheaper rate. But here in the East, those things they're not so rampant here. They still have the liberty of going to the farm, harvest and sell, which should even be cheaper because they are not threatened by anything whatsoever. But they are still so expensive that even a normal person cannot afford those things. But the North, where they are being terrorized, that should even give them the leverage to sell things at an expensive price. They don't do it. That is how selfless they are. In the North, you can still see a 4-bedroom for 400,000. What am I saying? 300,000. You can still get a solid house now with your 250,000. You go the ball. You go live for mansion. But they're not born you where to get that standard for here for not less than ₦1 million. Everything there is just cheap. They make everything so, affordable. And that is why some of those Igbo persons that are in the north, some of those other tribes that are settlers there, it is now difficult for them to live. Because Mandi Bana say, Abatazie no nikefu nime na eba anwa. Abatazie, hasi ke ife na abata eme, ka mbata ka nwanne mgbuo mu. Oka mma na nnọrọ ebe ahụ. Because ọ bụ na fa bata ebe a, agụ nwere ike ogbuo ha. Because one nigga nwere ike onye gị need 2 days, 3 times, or sigin neje chọkwa isi onwe gị. Mana ebe ahụ you already know your nooks and cranny. You know how to go about your life and then get it well. You nwere ike millionaire n'ebe ahụ nwere ike with 2 million, you go dey ball well. Mana gị na ebe a 2 million naira before a day safe. Amefusisi gị. Anasikwa na ana-amị ọkụ, anara amị ọkụ. Do you know that in the north, those things are not there? When they come to the internet, when they come online and they hear people quarreling or bantering over units or no unit, they are like, what is these people talking? My mom still stays in the north, and I think last 2 days she was angry, furious that she paid 2,000 naira, 2K for a month though, because they still do their postpaid and everything. A month, what she pays is 2,000 naira. And okuna adia too much. So if on a barambabuna, okay, that she came back, there's no lights, blah blah blah. That when she goes out, there is always light. Immediately she comes back and say, I go nakina when she's 2,000 naira. In the north, and you come here, 50,000 naira cannot give you good lights for a week. That is if your electronics are even off. So that's for you to still see that those people, they are living in another country. And Unano side, this southeast, I think we are Amarame by now.
So kedu ihe ga-asịkwa nna anyị na-emete dị chacha ọ dịzị aka ị na-ebe anyị kelekele kedu ihe ga-asịkwa nna anyị nwa bụ ndị Igbo na-emete ya?
Just because I was born in the north, one of the things I give to myself is my honesty. I'm very, very honest. I'm an honest person. So I keep saying what is obtainable wherever you go. The East, if a mandi bone me of my bonafana bambo. I think it is even of recent. Kiga na ganonzo ifunde na ya iyo. If only Igbo na ya iyo. It is very high. It is seldom. You don't really see these things every time, often. But if you are opportune to cross, in fact, from Abuja down to all the northern region, you see beggars. They are lazy. In fact, they're very, very lazy. Fana too much.
It's in ndị Igbo na-enwegasị ọgbakọ dị iche iche.
Yes.
Dịka ndị Umunze, dịka ndị Orumba, dịka ndị Anambra. Kedu obodo dịkarị dominant ebe ito?
Okwefere ebe ọbụla ije, ndị Anambra nwere. They have this elegance. They have this demure. They have this vibe with them that everybody wants to identify with them. I remember because NMA meetings, each state. Sometimes, I funde Nugu State, nde Nsukka, fa beba yo, sika fa join ya meeting in Anambra. So I still remember then, nde Nsukka bena yo biko ke tinya fafa. Na fachoro, they want to belong to this association. And it was it. So generally, in the Anambra, non-Katsina state, funny more former, they do well, business-wise. They dominate in so many spheres there. Business, religion, and in terms of social life, in terms of if not very loud. I give it to my Anambra people, non-Katsina states. Just like I told you, anyway, cultural differences. I'm still finding my way here in the East because so many things are still new to me, even at my age. There are things I will see, I'll be like, Jesus Christ.
The next adjourned date is on the 25th. Thank you. This is the 5th client that has called me for land dispute. If you want to buy a land that is devoid of land dispute, go and buy from Pine Leaf Estate and Properties Limited for your peace of mind. For those of you that will not listen, that is why I am here to attend to you. Keep bringing the cases. I'm here.
As a Wanti Igbo to na Ugwu Hausa, was it a very wonderful experience? Kedu ka ọ dị as onye to n'Ugwu Hausa? How is life over there?
To be honest, it's a bit not so wonderful, I would say, because we juggle between Ndi Igbo, that is Ndi Igbo, Ndi North side, Ndi North East, inabata anyị as real core Ndi Igbo. Because I believe Ndi Igbo amụrụ n'Ugwu Hausa bụchara Ndi Igbo. Like when you're birthed at the north, they see you as onye Ugwu Hausa, onye si Ugwu Hausa. So the final anabata Ndi Igbo nọ na East ana anabata si ndị si na ndị amụrụ n'Ugwu Hausa. Na asụ Igbo ebe a fanasị m na Igbo meghere fanasị m na mara m asụ Igbo nke a ji emekwa nke emere nka. While anyị jezie na that north ebe anwa anyị busy, ndị ugwu na ebe anwa na-afụzi anyị as outsiders because they see us as Arni bụ an atheist. Sometimes, so there are just conflicts of cultures, conflicts of identity, conflicts of religion as well. So over there in the north, we are not so comfortable. Igbo, ana Ndi Igbo na Ndi Ugwu ana anabatacha Ndi Igbo ofuma. So it's just as if we are just living on our toes, more like I'm being honest. And I batazie ani Igbo. Ebe Ndi Ugwu ana say ka ijebe kwa ba anyị. So I batazie ani Igbo. Ndi Igbo ana zikwa afu anyị ka anyị. In fact, they see us as if we are incomplete. This person is not ongoro mmiri Ndi Igbo, no mmiri Ndi Ugwu ka ongo.
Amuri anu no.
Yes, amuri anu no. So amaputuru ya 2 cups or 3 cups as in oye charige. So it didn't balance. So I had more like conflict of identity for me personally growing up, because at a point I just wanted to identify with the Hausas, and at a point, oh my God, since these Hausa people are not appreciating me, they are not welcoming me, let me identify with the Igbo clan as well. But I don't know. I think I'm still finding my foot, so to say, even at this point, because sometimes I just don't really know where I belong. Then, sometimes society, or let me bring it down to parents playing roles. So I'm very grateful for my parents, in as much as we grew up in the far place where we weren't rooted in our culture. My father, my mother, they made it a duty to instill Igbo culture in us, starting with the language. My parents played that role. They made sure they taught us Igbo language.
As a Christian, Dona not. And when you maka Muslim religion, kedu idiche dị na anyị nwa bụ ndị na-eso Kristi na ha nwa bụ ndị na-akpọ isi naanị. Do you have anything to say about that? Go ahead.
Okay, when it comes to religion, I think religion is an individual something. I'm a sucker for individual, because I believe whatever it is that's and whatever it is we practice, it should be between a person and whoever it is or whatever it is he believes in. The Northerners, most of them practice the Islamic religion. We still have the northern persons that are Christians, those ones that still practice Christianity. So when it comes to the Muslims, na Muslim kwa ife adika denomination. When I see when a Christian, then when they in the deeper life, in the Catholic, and when you see them, you easily you identify them. So na Islam, when na on the Izala bu more like these people that are, should I say, they are extreme. They love their religion so much. They are more like extremists. They don't play with their religion. If you use it to play, they can take off your head. They can do anything for their religion. We have the Erika. Those ones are the liberal. They believe in humanity more like it. They still uphold humanity more than the religion. And then we have Shia. Those ones they are a blend of the Rika and the Izala. But in all of these, it is an Izala man that would discomfort any person that is not Izala, that is not Muslim, because they believe whatever it is you are practicing is nyama nyama. They see everybody as Arni. Arne is an atheist and they hate Arnis with passion. So whenever they see a person that is not Izala, just like I told you, na Islam, other, Erika, Shia. So Izala man does not even rate the Erika. He doesn't even rate the Shia. Just like sometimes you see the choosing persons or deeper life persons, they don't really take people from Catholics serious because they feel Catholicism is, Libra. They don't see them as core Christians. So that's how these Izala persons don't see other Muslims as core Muslims. So these persons are the ones that sometimes, bring a little turmoil, a little turbulence. But other than that, just like I told you, it is an individual something. You still find those that are welcoming. They don't allow their religion get in between them and people, them and their business. There's this sort of adjustment and balance. So they make life worth it.
Aisha, kọwala anyị kedu onye bụ Aisha Odogwu bụ?
Aisha bụ Ofebu Queen Ijeoma Chijioke Igwendu. Aisha bụ character Ijeoma na-play. I was born in Katsina State, far north, by Mr. and Mrs. Francis Ofebu. My mother's name bụ Paulina Ofebu. Ebe a ka anọ wee mụọ m. Ebe a ka anọ wee jee primary school, secondary school, institutions, Polytechnic, Hassan Usman, Federal University Dusima as well. Eben studied in Polytechnic. I studied mass communication and I moved to Federal University Dusima where I studied English language.
Let's help you create some magic. Let's help you capture your best moments. Let's help you relive your memories. Book us now at Yarn Content Factory. Let's give your events and video production the perfect touch.